Isekai, 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 and more Isekai. Why are there so many Isekai? I'm sure it's a question a lot of anime fans have asked themselves after seeing Isekai series continue to come year after year. So I'll tell you why. To start off, the majority of these Isekai series started off as web novels in the website Shousetsuka ni Naro. This website, Naro for short, is important because they created a platform for anyone to share their works easily and for free, without the supervision of editors or publishers. However, how did Isekai come to dominate the website? But first, let's talk about the aspects most Isekai share. In these stories, the main character usually has a cheat ability of some kind that they gain through reincarnation or transmigration. Both are very common plot devices in these stories. The origin of these devices come from fanfictions where it was used as a way for authors to insert themselves into the world of their favorite stories. Shousetsuka ni Naro was known for its fanfiction stories in its early years, and most of these isekai continue to have this fanfiction touch. However, whilst this might explain the familiar fantasy setting and the isekai element, it does not explain why most of these stories have a powerful main character, a harem, amongst other things. The reason for this also goes back to fanfictions. The series with fanfictions in Naro that made the most success were Negima, Zero no Tsukaima, and visual novels or eroges. These series all have harem elements and somewhat powerful male main characters, so fanfiction culture played a large part in creating the isekai we know today. One big reason for this spread of isekai culture was the popularity boost that Naro received at the start of the last decade through the emerging market of smartphones and similar tech items. These items gave way for people to easily and quickly read novels while, for example, in the train to work and back. This greatly boosted the readership of Naro works, and in essence this is where the takeover of isekai began. Publishers, of course, started to take notice of how much of an audience these works from Naro had, and they wanted to have their own piece of the pie. Therefore, around the turn of the last decade, many Naro series started to be edited and packed into volumes and turned into official light novels published for sale. The success of the anime of Log Horizon and the irregular at the Magic High School, both Naro titles, as well as Sword Art Online, meant many publishers started to pick up Naro novels more frequently. Many found reasonable success, especially the ones that were already popular in Naro. Series like Redo of Healer and Hidden Dungeon Only I Can Enter that aired last season are Naro series, but they are not isekai. Of course, all the other isekai that aired last season as you might have guessed, Naro series. The success of Naro in the light novel market led to publishers of the light novels to also try to take a chance in manga adaptations to tap into the bigger manga market. For instance, The Time When I Was Reincarnated as a Slime became one of the best-selling manga in Japan and has over 25 million copies in print at the moment. Its massive success has even led isekai series with slimes to receive anime like the By the Grace of Gods from last fall in an attempt to catch some of its audience. So far we have talked about the origins of isekai as a subculture, now it's spread into both light novels and manga. So what does this all mean for anime in the end? What's the next step for isekai after conquering light novels and manga? Well, the success of Naro works in light novels and manga meant they naturally would be lined up for anime. After all, anime for the most part are adaptations of light novels, and manga for various reasons, which I might explore in a different video. However, unlike previous trends such as Magic High School series, which were big around a decade ago, Isekai is different, because there are an absurd amount of Isekai works already published, and many more still sprouting every day in Arrow. So there's naturally a lot more popular Isekai series waiting to receive anime. Many popular Isekai works have been animated, but many have not, and they're still waiting. What this means is that Isekai will continue to be animated in the future. At the moment, only 29 Arrow series have been animated. The first one was Log Horizon back in 2013. Another 17 have been announced for the future, so it seems that everything points to a lot more Isekai coming in the future, so you might as well strap in and just enjoy the ride. If you like the video, subscribe, like, leave a comment, and check out my blog, The Anime Down. We make a lot of content like this, and we'll continue making more videos on YouTube, so please follow us. Thank you very much. Thank you. See you next time.